pretty ideal weather for flying today. No harsh winds or anything like that. And with that in mind, what did I read today? In terms of flying, more news here about, I guess, people using drones to drop things in prisons, and it looks like they're trying to do something about it. This one says, a look inside illegal drone deliveries at BC's prisons. It makes me wonder too if this is actually the type of drones they're using, because they're showing things like the Mini 2, for example. It says the Union of Canadian Correctional Officers says the number of drones dropping off weapons and drugs into prisons is daily, with packages coming in different disguises, shapes, and sizes. John Randall, Regional President in Pacific Region, receives a call as soon as there is a sighting or drop. We've seen and caught up to 30 drones in 1 week, he says, adding it's only 50% of what he believes is occurring. 30 drones in 1 week? Shouldn't you be able to, in some ways, try to identify who it is with that many? Like what they say anyways. At the same time, with that many drones, you can pretty much supply your own police force, I guess, with drones, can't you? It says Randy estimates there are 5 to 30 drone sightings collectively at the institutions per week in BC. It's a huge concern for officers. It's important for us to know what's coming in, he says. Correctional Service Canada spokesperson Lucinda Fraser says although there may be drone sightings, the total number of drone drops reported varies. So what exactly are they going to do about it? Well, apparently, like they say here, there's some kind of pilot project going on where they're trying to detect both, I guess, the drone and as well things like the cell phone. Because a lot of the drones, for example, like the DJI ones, you actually need to attach your phone in order to get visual image of where you're going and all that. It says correctional officers working at the institutions are the ones typically watching and intercepting drones. What we're using right now is staff, says Randall. It's staff really paying diligent attention there in the towers. Randall explains how a new pilot project was just launched by CSC in May at a select number of institutions. We've seen some go live actually this week, and we've seen some successes, he says. We continue to respond to the threat posed by drones with a layered approach, which includes the use of security practices, adoption of new technologies, intelligence activities, and infrastructure enhancement. This includes the procurement and piloting of drone detection technology, piloting of cell phone detection technologies, piloting of body scanners, training of dogs to detect electronic devices, investment in intelligence activities, and infrastructure enhancements of facilities, she says. Preventing and reducing the number of contraband items and illicit drugs into Correctional Service Canada's institutions remains an ongoing priority. Now, like you guys have seen with myself, I'm really that curious to find out who's flying the drone. I usually find them within like what, a couple of seconds, because they're usually around the area. Or I would imagine here they're flying far away, and with that in mind, you're not going to have much battery life to do much maneuvering and all that. So it makes you wonder why they don't do that. Although it makes you wonder, like with that other story if you guys remember, where there were corrupt officials in a prison, is it people internally too, I guess, doing this stuff as well? And this is kind of interesting actually. Imagine using a drone to actually restore the power within an area. This one says, Elk County firefighters help restore Howard's power with drone. Elk County firefighters got an unexpected call on Tuesday to help energy crews restore power to the town of Howard. The Elk County Rural Fire Department reported that a tree fell onto the main line supplying Howard, knocking electrical lines into the Elk River. The department says linemen retrieved the lines but could not stretch them back over the river because of the floodwater. That is when the department's drone was used to fly the lines across the river. It was repeated 3 times. The department says the problem solving between their crews and the linemen helped get power returned sooner than if additional equipment had been brought in. Well, that's kind of expected actually, to improvise with what you have in that sense, but at the same time, the rules are so over the top in a lot of places. Like here, they technically attached like an item, for example, to their drone. So does that make it illegal all of a sudden? Actually, I wouldn't doubt if that's the case if you really want to get that technical. But either way, in my opinion, it comes down to what you're using and how, in my opinion anyways. what the heck?
Yeah.
There's nothing in there though, is it?
Yeah, it's just plain, but it is
It's on your property.
that's what it's there for, yeah.
Like that means one of your tenants.
Either that or some rando just tossed it.
What are the odds of that?
In Vancouver? Fairly high, actually.
Okay. All right, see you guys later.